What is up? What it do? It's your favorite auntie with Uncle Tendencies. Check it out, y'all. It says Talk Sports Presents now joining the conversation. Y'all know it's me and Coach Ro. We talking headlines from the sidelines, y'all. If it's your first time here, welcome. Go hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Y'all get in this conversation. We've been talking for a minute, y'all. We finished with the college season. We moving into this WNBA. Me and Coach got a challenge for y'all. We trying to double up on this platform. So we asking everybody, each one invite one to the next live, right? Bring somebody out to the live that haven't been here before. Expose them to the fam. Let's grow this community. Coach, what's good? Talk to me. What's happening?
What's good? Yes, I would agree. This is the time where first and foremost, thanks to all of you, all of our chat mob, chat family. We love you guys. We love the interaction. We want to continue to grow, and we support. We support everybody on our platform. We support you. And yeah, smash that like button, subscribe. Let's get the subscribers up. We have a lot of great things coming your way, a lot of great content, a lot of exclusive content. And this is the perfect time for us to transition from what I'm going to say, nothing short of a phenomenal college basketball season and women's college basketball. It was a phenomenal season. And it's going to be followed up by, we believe, one of the most historic WNBA seasons that we've seen in a long time. This is going to be something to watch, and we're going to be here every step of the way to talk to you about it, break it down, have fun, laugh, cry, whatever you want to do. We're here for you. So let's go.
Yep, and this is a perfect time to let y'all know. Listen, we getting all this out the way early so we can get into these videos. But for those of y'all that are not members of the VIP squad, Coach and I are having our first VIP live chat hangout. VIP members only next Thursday, 8 p.m. Come on, y'all, join the VIP and hang out with me and Coach. We're gonna have a good time. Go more kind of with the same, just on an even more engaged level, right? So we never know. Coach might show up with a drum set. I don't know what to expect, y'all. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be engaging, and it's gonna be all around women's hoops. So come on and hang out with us. Join that VIP squad. It's just the beginning, y'all. It's up from here. Coach, we got some new faces. We got some new futures. We got some WNBA Free Agency.
I love it.
We got some rookies trying to get some rings. Let's see what we talking about today. So before we jump into everything, we're gonna talk about these. So we got Killer Miller Cardoso. We know Killer Miller is in Chicago with Angel Reese, and then we got Rookies Jackson down in LA with Cameron Brink. And then we know we got Caitlin Clark in Indiana with one of my favorite Gamecocks, Aaliyah Boston. Who do you give a chance to grab that Rookie of the Year, Coach?
This is a great question, great subject. I'm going to lightly use the word debate because we're only going based off of what these great players did in college. I'm looking at it this way, Cess. The Rookie of the Year, for me, is going to be the player that instantly goes to their team and has the most impact. I do not think in this case it's going to be reflected on wins and losses. And let me explain what I mean by that. I think the Rookie of the Year will literally be like the phenomenal standout. Because sometimes, and this is just my opinion, we get caught up in Rookie of the Year and MVP. They're totally different arenas, in my opinion. Rookie of the Year is, this is my first year here. I'm going to show out. I'm going to showcase my talent. I'm going to do all, whatever my skill set is, that's what I'm going to do. So with all of that being said, I wanted to lay that foundation.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that the Rookie of the Year is going to be very close between Rookies Jackson and Camila Cardoso. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a co-Rookie of the Year. So Rookies Jackson is stepping into a situation where she could literally be the A or B option on a team that I think is ready to run, ready to play her style of basketball, so to speak. And her skill set would allow her to fit into whatever schemes they're trying to do. She can post, she can shoot. And here's something that's kind of underrated. She can defend. So I think that she has the potential to be Rookie of the Year. But let me not disrespect at all. In the words of my esteemed colleague, friend, and co-host Cess, you can't coach 6'7". And Camila Cardoso, you have to talk about the impact that Angel Reese is going to have being next to her, allowing her to do what a 6'7" skilled center can do. I think we're going to see the top come off of the can of whatever skill set Camila Cardoso has not shown us. We may see Camila Cardoso dunking on the break. We may see if Camila Cardoso can stay out of foul trouble, and I said this before on another one of our shows, if she can learn the rhythm of, I'm going to say, the referees, not even necessarily the WNBA in its totality, if she can get acclimated to how they're calling the game against her, you may want to watch some Brittany Griner footage because if I can recall correctly, Brittany Griner was almost in that Shaq mode where the calls weren't as evenly distributed, but she eventually figured it out. If she can figure that out, Camila Cardoso can only stop herself. And I would be almost surprised if she's not the Rookie of the Year or co-Rookie of the Year because of what she's bringing to the team. Now, I'm not disrespecting Caitlin Clark, okay? But I'm looking at Caitlin Clark's situation, and Caitlin Clark has some other firepower on that team and an alpha already on that team to where I don't know if her numbers are going to match up to who I just mentioned. I don't want to disrespect Cameron Brink either, okay? But Cameron Brink, in my opinion, will be a very, very good complementary player to the players that are already there and the aforementioned Rakia Jackson. So I wanted to mention all four, so I'm not disrespecting it. I just added Cameron Brink. I know she's not in our photo, but that's my take, Seth.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. I didn't put her in the picture. I didn't think about her as Rookie of the Year. I didn't. And I'm not being funny. I had totally really just forgot about Cameron Brink. I didn't think about Elisa Peely. Like it was like these four versus the field. More is kind of what I was thinking. Surprisingly, I pretty much agree with everything you said. I think I agree with everything you said. Definitely could see a co-Rookie of the Year. I think that Rakia Jackson is in a situation where I don't know if she's going to be able to be the face of the Sparks, because I think that they brought Cameron Brink there to be the face because she looks a bit like Beverly Hills.
Yeah, with Steph Curry. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt.
She's got a 902. She's got a 90210 feel to her. So she's got that look. 902. And I don't hold nobody up. That works. 90210. That works for her. That works for that works for Cameron. But like I told you, I'm not sleeping on Cameron. I think that Cameron is going to do some amazing things. I think she has some work to do. So we'll see how that comes out. Rakia, I think, is going to be the so when I look at, let me just go down here. So Los Angeles Sparks, okay, 2023 regular season, they had Nneka Ogwumike. She was the leading point person, the leading rebounder, the leader of the NBA, of the WNBA Players Association. She's leading every damn thing, Then you had Jordan Canada with the assists and the steals, and then Azura Stevens with the blocks. I'm not sure if Azura Stevens is there, but for some reason, I think that both. Azura Stevens look like she's still there, but it looks like Jordan Canada is gone, and so the face of this league here, the face of this team here is gone, and Cameron Brink, I'm sure she's going to come in and immediately make an impact on the defensive end. I'm not sure how she's going to bang down there with some of the bigger players. We'll see how that looks. I think she'll be a stretch. So we'll see how quickly she gets to scoring. But Rakia probably is going to be the workhorse there. That's the most polished wing coming in this thing. She's going to probably be the one that they trust the most. The thing that I'm most worried about is that it's LA. Coach Kurt Miller. I don't know much about Kurt. Zaya is there. Zaya Cook is there. So I feel good about having the Gamecock in the building. There was somebody else that surprised me that I didn't. Lexi Brown is also here. I didn't, and I really like Lexi, especially as a veteran. But I'm looking at, so we got Rakia in here.
You just said it, Cess. It'll be
had Cameron
Rakia
come
Brink,
in.
right? Rakia and Brink will take over Guma K in Canada probably.
But there was somebody else that came here that surprised me that I didn't realize was on this Mackenzie Forbes.
Mackenzie Forbes, okay.
Out of USC. Mm-hmm. Interested to see how she fits with Rakia. You got Hamby there. Like I said, you got Monique Billings is there. Mm-hmm. But I think that Rakia is going to be the workhorse here. So
don't forget about Lashaya Clarendon too.
Lashaya, Clarendon out of Cal. And I don't want to forget about her, but she's on the downside of her career. I think at 32, right? One of the elder statesmen, going to be a great veteran there. I don't know how much they're going to run through her. We'll see. Zaya Cook should be coming along. She had a pretty good season last year, so I think that Rakia is going to have a really good opportunity to get after it. Now, when I look at Indiana, you got Leilani came in there, Caitlin is in there, Aaliyah is there, Saxon is there, and Alyssa Smith is there. Celeste Taylor ended up there. You got Erica Wheeler up there out of Rutgers. Aaliyah Boston, I believe pretty much that's her team. So Caitlin will get hers. If it's about, I'll be honest, if it's just about keeping this thing about Caitlin, she has a very good chance of winning. If it's just about keeping this thing about Caitlin, we're still talking about Caitlin right now.
Yeah, but what's yet to be seen is, and again, let's say this: we respect Caitlin Clark. I'm not
going to keep saying that. I'm not going to keep saying that.
I know. But let me say this. The only reason why I mention that, we're going to have to see WNBA. They're picking you up at half court. They're picking you up. They're not allowing you to shoot. Because there's other players that can shoot 2 and 3 feet from behind the 3-point line. They're going to check you.
Here's my thing.
Pressured.
Here's my thing, Coach. What I saw take place in the national championship game, that don't get better in a month.
Right.
Exactly. It doesn't get better in a month.
Exactly. And you're talking about elite defenders.
That lockdown, and Raven Johnson is an elite defender. Nika Moore, the defense that they put on her. The tape that they just put out on her for these pros to see, hey, man, barbecue chicken. So in some situations,
so that's what, and that's
it doesn't get better in a month. But now, does it get better? Does it get better over the year? Absolutely. Caitlin's going to lock in. She's going to lock in. She wants to get better. Right. So that improves. Now, Camila Cardoso, like I said, can't teach 6'7". She's in on our team. Teresa Witherspoon's a dog. We're gonna get after this thing. I told y'all. I don't know if you saw the video, but I put out the video that said I didn't read the room right. I had to apologize because I didn't really look at it and give y'all the right assessment of what took place when she dapped that girl up 2 times like that. Bap. It wasn't like we got what we wanted. It was the league is on FO notice. Okay. And for y'all that don't know what it is, coach is here, so I'm gonna be nice, but that's that F around and find out. Okay, that's that F around and find out. Everybody in the league except the Las Vegas Aces, because we the defending champions. You got to come through us. You can't put us on notice on anything. Matter of fact, we back to back trying to get to three times in a row. So you can't put us on notice about anything. But all the rest of y'all, FAFO notice. Please understand. The way those two ladies fought against each other, now they're going to fight for each other. I'm going to say that again. The way they fought against each other, now they're going to fight for each other. I don't know. Besides like a Candace Parker, Asia Wilson, Kaya Stokes kind of thing, who fighting like that out there? I don't know. And I don't watch a whole lot of WNBA, so y'all get in the comments and let me know. But who's fighting like that? To the lip is bloody. Pulling hair. Remember? All that. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that Angel Reese is going to go into the WNBA and pull hair. Please, y'all, don't go there.
No, it's the work.
I'm just saying. I'm talking about the relentlessness. I'm talking about the desire to win. I'm talking about the high motor. I'm talking about the rebound. Who's gonna rebound versus them? I saw Angel Reese lose her shoe and block a shot. Do you know what the defense is finna look like between these two?
Mm-hmm.
And then you go put a Diamond DeShields in there.
Yeah. Keep going.
You gonna put a Kennedy Carter in there.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. I'm not gonna stop you until you say something that I don't agree with.
So I'm just saying, it's a fun bet. Throw $5 down on Chicago making it to the final because I believe that Teresa Witherspoon is a dog, and I believe that Teresa Witherspoon is going to be one of my favorite coaches in the WNBA. I think that the type of staff that she's putting together and the culture that they're building is one that's going to be where we love on you while we smooth out these rough spots.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that 1-2 in practice. You gonna catch that. Listen, you catching it. You catching these two pieces.
Because right now you think about it.
Afterwards, after practice, we're gonna talk about it and I'm gonna get you together. Go ahead, coach.
No, I was gonna say because right now, like you mentioned, they got Kalia Cooper, Marina Mabry.
Who you talking about?
I'm talking about the Sky right now.
No. Kalia Copper is traded.
Yeah,
so
Kalia
Copper.
I just saw that too.
Kalia Copper is in Phoenix now.
That's right. I'm sorry. I literally just looked at that this morning. So you got Marina Mabry, Courtney, Elizabeth, and Alana. They were running a 3-guard offense with a center and a forward. So you figure it's going to be similar. What's going to be interesting is if Alana continues to start and they kind of bring Reese on slowly. I don't know we could possibly see that where Angel Reese is coming in off as the 6th person, but getting starters minutes. I could see, I don't know. We don't know what Spoon's coaching style is. We haven't seen it yet, but we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen with that as far as motor coming off the bench. But then when it's clutch time, she's in there. Like you said, she's right next to Cardoso.
You don't know what her coaching style going to be like. Did you see that? Did you see it? That's what coaching style going to be like. What? It's going to be up in your face. They didn't let the wrong one loose.
For our WNBA historians, you have to understand something about Spoon. Spoon was as great as a scorer she was an even better defender. There were times where if she decided you weren't going to get past her, then that's just what it was. In clutch moments in the WNBA. Name somebody that was more intense than Coop when she was with the Comets. Nobody was stopping that team. I mean, of course, she had the talent around her, but Spoon was the engine that made that team go. So if that's the personality that she's going to put on her team,
listen, she did wonders in New York. I'm really happy that I really feel like Chicago is a good city for them.
Mm-hmm.
It's big enough, but not too big for them to still kind of grow up. There's a lot of culture. There's a lot of culture there for Camilla to be able to, for everybody. But I'm just saying, it's a lot of culture there. So it's not like she went to some rural town. It's going to be different cultures, different foods, different experiences, technology, definitely opportunities for them to be able to build out their brand some. And quiet as it's kept. Do I dare ask? But I am. Is there a bigger star in town than Angel Reese?
No.
Is there a bigger star in Chicago right now in basketball than Angel Reese?
Yeah, and I was gonna say it's funny. I like that point you made because I was literally thinking markets. Okay,
she gonna bring her and Camilla. Camilla's an international star. I was getting to her next.
Yep.
They bringing some eyes.
The only markets big enough for them would have been New York and LA as far as market.
I wasn't sure about the New York media for Angel, and I wasn't sure about. I don't know who's coaching over there. But they have some good vets, so it could have worked for her. But I just think so. For me, Camilla Cardoso, Rakia Jackson, potentially co-rookies of the year. Rakia rookie of the year by herself. I see Angel getting some votes. I see Caitlin getting some votes. I see Peely getting some votes. But interested to see how these things break out. Keep it kind of in the same area. It's also a race to the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So, who do you see getting to the ring first as a professional?
Reese and Cardoso, hands down. Hands down. Again, I just see what they're bringing. Their games complement each other. It's going to be a very tough matchup every night when they're coming out. I mean, we're talking about. I would love to see the odds. I haven't seen the odds on them yet, but I'm sure somebody has some out already before they touch the floor. But I could see those two igniting their team and getting to that ring first. I mean, I don't see any other. There's a slight chance because of the talent around Caitlin Clark, because she has Aaliyah Boston.
Oh, let me say something.
Yeah.
The chatter in the team text, spicy. The chatter in the team text, spicy. Asia in there talking about call me 2-time. Call me 2-time. I done did it 2 times. I'm a 2-time champ. I'm a 2-time MVP. Ain't she? I'm a 3-time defensive player of the year. I mean, call her 2-time. Aaliyah Boston, licking her chops to get to a ring. You think Aaliyah Boston is thinking about letting Camila Cardoso, who came behind her? Oh, do you know what the chatter be like if Camila get one for AB?
That's a great point.
Oh, it's gonna be some great battles for these bigs between Gamecocks.
And last year, just watching the WNBA, how many times did I hear during the game how Aaliyah was literally trying to do everything, but she's not going to morph her game. Right, she's not going to be able to morph her game and start stepping back shooting threes. But now she has two players.
She got somebody shoot some threes.
Right. Now she got 2 players. Let's not sleep on the Ole Miss pickup that they have too, which is a great, complimentary guard coming in there. But she got Caitlin Clark.
Who's that?
What's her name? The one that she got. The one we were like, it was an interesting pickup. Indiana.
Wait. Am I tripping? Okay, now I got Celeste Taylor going there out of Ohio State as a guard.
Yeah, Ohio State. I'm sorry. Yeah,
and I got this SEC 6 Woman of the Year going there in Leilani Correa as a guard.
That's all.
I don't now.
Yeah, those are.
Yeah, I think the other young lady went to like New York or something. I know what you're talking about.
I'm sorry. Thanks for the correction. Yeah. No, that's the one. That's the one from Ohio State. Because remember when we were watching live on the draft, when they picked her, we all was like, "Whoa, that was a good pickup." And then they picked up the young lady who plays no defense, but she was dynamic in scoring. So we see what you're doing, Indiana. We see what you're doing. You're surrounding Aaliyah with what she needs so she can totally operate down there on her own. You can't double her.
Now, is her name Taya Reamer out of Michigan State?
Yeah.
Do you know much about her?
Not at all.
Okay, I see her. It looks like maybe she was added here also to the Chicago Sky team. I'm not sure how long she's been here, but just interested to see how they gel. Yeah. It's such a new culture that I think they're bringing together some people that are going to be able to help build out a culture and a winning mentality between them coming in as national champions. And I think people are sleeping on the fact that Chicago's not that far removed from being a champion. Matter of fact, they was the last champion before the Las Vegas Aces went back to back. So this is an organization who, from a personnel standpoint, far removed from that season.
Right.
But championship mentality, championship medal, I think still right there in Chicago, in Chi-Town. So,
and my only hesitancy on Rakia is that Rakia is going to have to do a lot to get to the ring. That's a whole nother conversation for them to get to the ring.
So here's the thing. I'm interested to see what veteran talent wants to come and play with this young talent that's around, right? How does this thing shake out? And I don't know that any of these ladies will get to a ring this first year. I'm cheering for the Aces to go back to back to back. I'm looking for that 3-peat. So I'm cheering for them, but I'm being honest. I'm looking for Asia to be able to get that done. But as they continue to grow and develop, trades happen, people move around. Cameron Brink start coming along. Cameron Brink's a hell of a defensive player now, as far as blocking shots. Now, Juju gave her 51, and I'm still trying to get over that. But from a blocking shot standpoint, holding down the paint, you can't go wrong with Cameron Brink. Her length is a problem. If Rakia develops a knockdown three that Cameron can kick it out to her at, with Zaya floating around knocking down threes, you can see some things start to happen here. I think you could see some things start to happen here. But I'm going Camilla and Angel, because to me, out of all of the young ladies that were picked up, these were the two most dominant players that got put together. And I think that the fact that they both are coming off situations where they led their teams to national championships, they're not gonna sweat or cower under the big lights. They're gonna rise to meet the moment. And I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see what they do, because while Camilla's doing everything that 6'7" does, Angel is going to be doing everything that Angel does in the most unorthodox way. And that's another reason why I'm kind of leaning into this year with them being able to go into a final versus further down the line, because ain't gonna be no tape on none of them. They ain't got nothing to lose. Nobody's picking Chicago. We don't know what they look like together.
No, not at all. Not at all. I just thought about something. Do you think that Rakia reminds you a little bit of Swing Cash? Don't you see a little bit of that? Like, as far as like, because Swing Cash came into the WNBA and was kind of like a Swiss Army knife. She could do a little bit of everything, but it helped propel the Shock to a championship.
So, I love Swin. I forget about her sometimes. Y'all know I take my medicine, so she's not right at the top of my mind all the time. But that's because Rakia Jackson reminds me more of a Cheryl Swoops.
Okay. See, I was going before greatness. No disrespect to Swing Cash.
I automatically think I'll automatically start there. That's my that's my GOAT.
That's a good
I just think that she's a really polished forward. I think she can do it all. I think if she continues to work, she can be on that type of trajectory. And it would start with a Rookie of the Year. It may take some time to get to that race to the ring, but if you start to see that type of talent coming out of this young person, plus with the talent that's gonna be coming, right? There's some other talent. There's a Paige Beckers that's got to go someplace in this whole thing next season, right?
Well, like if it's where you project, we'll see why Minnesota did what they did. If they're trying to pick their Peely up with Beckers,
there's a Tahina Pow Pow that's going to go someplace in this thing, right? So we got some other talent that's coming in, and we got time to see how this thing develops. But for me, race to the ring, I would say Camilla and Angel, because I think it was just unfair to let those two dominant players get together in the draft. But that's taking nothing away from Aaliyah Boston. I think that Aaliyah is going to be on a mission to get one. And if Caitlin gets to knock his stuff down, because we know that Caitlin can get hot, I wouldn't be surprised if Caitlin gets one first. She has the more stable organization around her. It's Indiana. Tamika Catchings, I'm sure, is going to be around. And there's also a championship medal there. They got a title there too. So we'll definitely be on the lookout to see what happens.
One thing you mentioned, this is a little bit off subject, but I want to say this is kind of in the flow of this. You mentioned Honesty Scott Grayson. She did sign a rookie contract with the Washington Mystics. I thought that was interesting. I I saw that recently. So
I saw a couple other things that was kind of interesting about the WNBA. And we just, I throw those out there right now too. They're pretty confident that they're going to have an expansion to 16 teams by 2028.
okay.
We got 12 right now. So that means 4 more teams coming on. That looks really good. They're pretty confident. The league will expand to 16 teams by 2028.
Detroit.
Cities such as Philadelphia, Toronto, Portland, Denver, Nashville, South Florida. We're not on the list. However, I really would like to see a Detroit team come back. And depending on how Detroit shows up for this the NFL draft, I think that could put some more eyes on us. We didn't talk about it, but you saw the Detroit sign. You saw it. I drove by it on the freeway today. We'll talk about that offline. We'll talk about it offline. It's about same size as the Allen Iverson statue. Detroit, stand up. Detroit, stand up, though. Stand up. We wanted a Hollywood sign. We put one right on the freeway. It's about tall as me, y'all. Tall as me. And I ain't 5'6", I don't think. But okay. I digress. Okay, let me get back. Let me get back on topic here. Caitlin Clark, viewership. Let's talk about it. So 2023 draft drew 572,000 people. The previous draft record was 601,000 in 2004 when Taurasi came. 2.74 million people tuned in for the long haul, but it peaked at 3.09 million. That was really good. I'm still waiting to see if that's going to transfer into season-long viewership at those numbers.
I'm a little disappointed.
Outside of Caitlin Clark's games. But you see that type of viewership. You're disappointed. Why? Because you thought 18 million people were going to watch?
I'm disappointed at we were watching it live, and in all transparency, this was my first time watching the draft from beginning to end.
I'm sorry. And the 601,000, that the 572,000 was the actual audience. So, like I said, 2.74 million, which was the highest since 2000, and it peaked at 309.
What I didn't like was, I watched it from beginning to end. It's one of my first times watching it from beginning to end. I thought it was a little disrespectful to rush through those last. I mean, it's 3 rounds. It's nowhere near as long as an NBA draft. Add some more time to the docket. Add some more time.
For what? For what?
Well, because let me break this down. Because here's the thing: like we're doing this now. We like to have the conversations. We like to look at the possibles and things like that. I think that there should have been a little more time to kind of at least let some conversation happen about some of the players, because some of those players that popped up, I'm like, okay, I had to go look up and see, like, okay, well, who's that? Who's this? Even with some of the international players, like, give some more coverage or footage. It's like I looked up and hockey was on. Remember, and I wasn't being.
Well, okay. Maybe I was the only one who realized they invited 15 people here. They didn't have enough people to have nobody come up on the stage for 3 rounds. Okay, I knew that.
Right.
So I figured first round, and then the rest of them, they're gonna kind of list them. Why? Because we barely was on TV.
Right.
So I thought for what they presented and the full day of coverage that they did with being able to see stuff online, and that's the other thing about the WNBA, a lot of the coverage, because they're in competition with hockey right now, this is going into the playoffs, the NBA.
Baseball just started.
Baseball just started. The NBA is finished. It's finishing the season and finna start the playoffs. You got the NFL draft is less than a week away. A lot of stuff going on. Not a lot of spots on TV. So they do a lot of stuff online, on their YouTube channel, Instagram, stuff like that. So there was hours of coverage. So like when I came on the live, people had already seen the players and what they were wearing because they had been following online and on these other platforms.
Right.
And we just have to get used to those type of things. Now, maybe they should have said, hey, we're going to do the first round live on ESPN, and then we'll move to NBA Network because there were no NBA. There were no NBA. There were no NBA games.
Thank you.
But that also meant that, because I don't know, because you invite these people, do you then pay for them to get there, or do they have to pay themselves to get there? And then what are you responsible for? And then what's the budget on that? And then do I want you to put that much money into draft night, or would I rather you put that on somebody's salary? You know, I'm just being honest for where we're at right now. I felt like,
but if we're talking about awareness for the game, we keep talking about awareness, letting people know how great the game is. It starts with the draft. People, if nobody ever watched the WNBA, they're going to say, oh, okay, let me see what this draft is all about. Let me see what's going on. I'm telling
you, I would be very interested to see if it peaked at 309 and it was, it averaged a record 2.45 million viewers.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see the peaks and valleys from when Caitlin was on. So Caitlin got drafted first, and then they did an interview with Caitlin, and then Caitlin took some pictures. So Caitlin was sprinkled throughout this hour.
That's true.
How many people stay tuned in if we show Caitlin as the first pick, and then we move on into everybody else, and we don't talk about Caitlin anymore? Because usually you don't keep just talking about one draftee. You got drafted. You say Cade Motorcade said what he wanted to say. He put his buffs on, moved on.
You gonna go with Motorcade? We still doing that?
Only because what I was going to say is, I forgot you don't like that nickname, but they called him that on TV. They nicknamed him that. It was crazy. And then the celebration for him moved to his home arena, right? Because there was a party there for him. So there's some things that they got to figure out. But for the 1 hour that they did, I thought it was wonderful. I thought that it was great that the ladies were able to show their personalities, be comfortable in their skin, show up as their authentic selves. I wish that Diasha Fair, I didn't understand if she meant to have the bow tie cricket or if it just worked out that way. I didn't know. I wasn't sure there. I just wasn't sure there. That was the only question I had about everybody being dressed. If it was meant to be crooked, or if nobody just told her, like, and then if it wasn't meant to be crooked, like y'all looked at this girl all night. Nobody said, "Hey, let me straighten out your tie." Nobody said that.
You know what I didn't like was I watched some of the footage and they were like, "You gonna
just ignore what I said." Nobody said.
No. I'm about to tell you this is my response to that, because I was watching some of the extra footage, like you said, how they went to the Empire State Building. On it, it seemed like you see the players, and it was almost like I was like, "Oh, there's Daesh." So maybe that's why people was like, they didn't even notice it. Maybe they didn't notice it.
Rakia Jackson had a wardrobe change,
but they didn't. Nobody could. I don't think anybody noticed.
Not even the people that she was with. Nobody even the people that she was with was like, "Hey, dog, you're tired."
But on the floor with the main players, like what the footage I watched, you would see Cameron Brink,
and they were getting so disrespectful.
And towards last, you see.
And what's so crazy is, outside of Caitlin Clark, ain't nobody scored more points in their college career than that young lady.
Yeah,
over 3,000 points right there in that young lady's game. But you couldn't tell her to straighten out her tie. It just, and probably because I'm an auntie with Uncle tendencies.
I don't think that.
I wouldn't have necessarily went that route, but that was what she wanted to wear. But I mean, if you gonna do it now, you gotta be crisp. You gotta be A1. I just didn't know. Is the cricket bow tie? I
No,
didn't
it's
know if it
not.
was.
No, I
I didn't know if it
wear
was a style or what.
as you know, Cess, I like to wear
But
my suits.
but at the same time, what I'm saying is we're a little bit older. So I didn't know if it was something that the young people do.
No.
I just wasn't clear.
It's not.
But I also didn't understand how in this sisterhood, everybody looking good, lashes on, everything. Nobody said, "Hey, tighten up your tie, tighten up your bow tie."
I don't, like I said, I mentioned what I said for a reason. It literally was like every little, because they had several outings. They went to different things. Angel Reese was at what, Clancy's or something like that, some chicken finger place. They was doing all these different things, and it was almost like, oh, there go Deja. So I almost like kind of forgot she was there. I think the same mentality happened with her tie. I don't think anybody
that made me feel like she didn't have wardrobe. That she had to come dressed. That's what it made me feel like.
So you said she had her stuff in her suitcase. She didn't have no handlers, because I think I didn't even see them.
I'm saying you making it sound like the way they treated this girl. She drove there with her suit on. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Where you go? That's what I'm saying. That's how you talking about her. This girl had over 3,000 points. All I said was she needed her tie straightened. You make it sound like she had to drive there with her clothes on. I just was
sipping my coffee. You know what? They would have saw me spew, because I literally was thinking like maybe she footed her own bill and stuff.
And that was my question. Does everybody? Because you only get invited. Okay. No, now this is why. So Dawn, they asked Dawn. They said this to Dawn. Mm-hmm. They said to Dawn, "You was in Columbia, Paris, back to Columbia. Now you're in New York, putting a lot of miles on the PJ." Mm-hmm. Dawn said, "PJ, no, Delta Flyer miles." That's what Dawn said. So to me, it made it seem like you had to pay your own way to get around. If she's using her Delta Sky miles,
right?
But here's the other thing. Here's the real kicker about everything. Here's the real kicker. Here's the real kicker. Dyson Fair School was the closest one to the draft. That girl goes to school in Syracuse. She didn't have to come far. So I'm just saying. All I'm saying is, that's all I'm saying. She didn't have to come far.
Okay,
so if they disrespected her like that, shame on them.
I didn't see Dyson Fair with an entourage. Like Angel Reese had her representatives. Cameron Brink had her representatives. Cardoso had her representatives. The extra footage, they showed them getting their little gift bags, the stuff they got. Some got the little.
See, you watch more than I did. Come on, tell the story. Come on, that's what we're here for. Tell the story.
My memory could be certainly wrong, but I saw maybe it was just the way they edited the footage. Mm-hmm. They showed it some type of line of, I guess, beauty products and stuff, like a high end. So they showed Angel Reese get hers. Mm-hmm. They show Cameron Brink. They show her, and then when they showed Deja, they showed the box that had like the WNBA.
Okay, so what you're saying is that they didn't think about everybody that could show up. They didn't have gifts appropriate for auntie with uncle tendencies. That's what you're saying?
I think
because instead of the high end, if you drop some Coach cologne in there,
I'm pretty sure she got the same thing. I just thought it was interesting that why would they show her getting the box instead of getting the other stuff?
But my thing is too, why?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
With everything that we know. Why? With everything that we know.
I think it came down to the status of
give people, and maybe she had a box.
I'm sure she got
no. I'm saying maybe she chose the box that she got because that was like the alternative to, the $1,000 worth of makeup.
I think everybody got the same, but I think it was interesting that they showed her getting the box.
We got to do better because if they'd have handed me a box of cosmetics, I'd have told y'all. What am I doing with it? Yeah, look what they gave me, y'all. That was so nice of them. Somebody get this to Angel. I can't do nothing with that. But yeah, come on.
I think that the footage clearly, I mean, it's kind of an oxymoron. It was more like on the little status of the thing. They showed like they had the pictures of the little stuff.
But I mean, if we being honest, like sex sells, right? And so
absolutely.
So as the WNBA, especially as they try to move away from being known as the LGBT, I forget QIA. I got to say all them letters. Like
it's too much for me
sometimes. Yeah, elemental P, like that that comedian Carlos said, they're trying to move away from being known as that type of a league, but at the same time, I don't know. I just don't give me a whole box of stuff that I ain't gonna use.
And maybe that's why she was like, "Hey, show me this." No, I want you all to show me getting the hat with the stuff because it was cool stuff. Maybe her handler said, "Look,
that's off brand." I'd have been like, "Man, that's really off brand for me. We're not gonna have me on. Y'all ain't getting no pictures of me with this. Come on."
Because I'm looking at an article that says from the Democrat and Chronicle, Deja Fair shows love to Rochester with her outfit during the NBA draft, and it has a picture of her.
But just the fact that they called it the NBA draft.
Let me see. Is that what it said? I'm sorry, WNBA draft, and it has. She's holding the jersey, and her tie is crooked.
I told you the tie was crooked all night, man. You thought it was? I'm serious, and it wasn't just.
It's a nice outfit, though. That's
it's not
some suit.
I felt like it. I felt like she should have jazzed it up a little bit. But I felt like the bow tie was crooked all night.
It is. I'm looking at another picture, and it is crooked again.
And I know you're gonna have to get out of here soon. So let me move on here. Let's talk some WNBA Free Agency.
I can't wait to see the comments because only Cess notices stuff like that.
Well, because I'm looking
at all the pictures to see.
Well, because the thing is this. Okay, so I'm looking and I'm like, okay, Angel look nice, her kids clean. Caitlin did something.
There's really something wrong with you, Cess.
Paige Beckers was clean as hell.
There's really something wrong with you.
So Paige Beckers was clean as hell, with the exception of the purse that she had going over her shoulder.
Yeah,
I probably would have rocked what Paige had on, kind of almost, right? Yeah. And so now the next closest thing that I probably would have won was Deja Fair. So I'm locked in on that. Like, oh, let me see how she represented for. Oh man, ain't nobody gonna tell. Man, where her coach at? Coach Lake. Nobody. That's why I said maybe it was done on purpose. I don't know, but. It touched me. It did. It touched me. Let's talk these WNBA free agency.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's almost like it's crooked and off center. You know what I'm saying? As I look at it again.
Because first, look, I looked at it closer and I said, okay, because I wear bow ties, as you know, sometimes. So one of my pictures, I said, okay, maybe it was the traditional tie up. I was trying to give some grace because some people struggle when you have to tie your own bow tie. It's a skill to it. But I said, no, that's a clip up. That's a clip.
You telling me she didn't tie this bow tie?
No, that's a clip up. That's the type you just.
So it just go like this.
Yeah, that's the type you just hook on.
Like you put on your little baby brother at Easter. You
put it around, you just hook it, and then you put it under the shirt. So that's even more of a reason why is it crooked.
It's under here.
It goes around, and you just hook it. Yeah. So it's not the tie up. That is not a tie up bow tie. So I don't know why it wasn't.
Now, and I didn't mean to go down this road, but now you know what that makes me feel like? Because you said that's what it is, because when you the collar up and then you put it around here.
Exactly.
You can adjust it.
You can.
So it don't swing low. So it don't hang low.
Exactly.
So there was potentially there was an adjustment that needed to be made there. I don't know. I don't wear a lot of bow ties, but it was like, man, for real.
It's definitely I'm looking at it. It's definitely, if you look, I'm looking at a blown up picture on her TikTok feed. And it's definitely the hook on bow tie. It's not a tie up at all.
I didn't even mean to go down that road on that, but it did. It came up for me like. But I am glad that she's in Las Vegas. I do hope that she gets a chance to really, for surely, make the team.
She will. She will.
I hope that there's enough space there.
I called out the 3 or 4 players on the hot seat, Cess. We'll talk about that in another show.
There's a lot of competition there. But
yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I mentioned 2 or 3 players that's like very upset that they picked her up.
So, okay. Let's talk free agency then.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nneka is up there at Seattle with Skylar.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
John Quill and Stewie stayed in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Deladon stepped back.
That's the one.
Tina Charles went to Atlanta to play with Ryan Howard.
Mm-hmm.
Candace Parker came back.
Mm-hmm. Brittany Griner.
Who you say?
Brittany Griner.
Oh yeah, Brittany Griner re-signed with Phoenix. I forgot she just re-signed.
Yeah, she just re-signed.
Lexi Brown extended with LA.
And did you mention Brianna Jones?
Brianna Jones is in Chicago, right?
I thought she re-signed with the Sun.
Oh, I don't know. Tell me. Hold on. Let me see who I got here.
Tore her Achilles. I thought she re-signed with the Sun. Let me make sure. Because I know DeWanna Bonner did.
No, I'm sorry. I was mixing her with Brianna Turner out of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm with you. Nothing, I guess Seattle probably is the biggest surprise. I didn't expect LA.
I disagree.
I didn't expect LA to have a fire sale like that. So I didn't see I didn't see Nneka Ogwumike leaving LA. And I definitely didn't see her going to pair up with Skylar in Seattle. But I see that they're trying to come together to me as
super team.
Some seasoned veterans to try to make a run.
Mm-hmm.
At New York and Las Vegas.
No, the only reason why, and again, I mentioned I disagree because I thought Jonquel Jones was the biggest surprise. You even had me convinced that she wasn't going to come back. I'm like, man, well, maybe where there's smoke, there's fire. I didn't think she was.
No, they were just saying they were just saying that maybe she was going to go back to where she came.
Yeah, but it took a long time. It took a long time. She just re-signed. I'm like, and then Stewie signed that interesting deal. That was like, okay, it's kind of like for the 1 year. So I'm thinking, well, what's really going on here? Like, what's going on?
I forget who reported that, but it was like Stewie did that to be able to bring some more talent in to free up some money.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but real time, I'm looking at it like, what's going on here? Like with the Liberty, the team that I'm pulling for, is she going to leave? Yeah, is she going to leave? And then, like I said, Seattle.
Here's the thing, though. The Liberty didn't do anything to get any better than they were last season. Like the New York Liberty didn't add anybody that helps them play better against a Las Vegas Aces team that will hopefully have Candace Parker on it.
I agree with that, but here's some interesting things, and I'm glad you said what you said earlier. I thought it was interesting that you had Rita Igbukwe, you got Marquisa Davis, and you have Esmery Martinez and Jessica Carter, all signed rookie contracts with the New York Liberty. And then they waived Morgan Green, which I thought was, I'm just, and then wait a minute, I'm not done yet. Jalen Sherrod signed a rookie scale contract. So I know we've had conversations about teams not operating like how the NBA may go, but I don't know. This looks like a team building up some talent to maybe make a move to add somebody to for what you just said, as far as like to try to add some personnel to compete better with the Las Vegas Aces. Just my thoughts from the outside looking in, because I'm like, why would you add all of these players or sign them to these rookie scale contracts? What exactly are you doing? Are you trying to bundle up something? Is somebody unhappy? I really need to dive in. I want to look and see who are some proven veterans that can instantly make the New York Liberty better that may be out here, and why are they doing this with all of this talent? So
let me
that's
see if
why
I
I
remember.
mention that.
Let me see if I remember what the problem was in New York. Let me see if I remember what the problem was when New York played Las Vegas.
I knew this was coming, Super Chat. I knew this was coming.
We've already talked about Asia going Asia.
Yes.
With Stewie.
Yes.
What we didn't talk about is Sabrina Ionescu can't do nothing with Chelsea Gray. Did anybody that you mentioned that they signed, can they do something with Chelsea Gray?
No, but that's why I said I think that this is more.
Wait.
My apologies. Go ahead.
I got another question.
Can I answer the first one?
I think Jackie Young led the league in 3-pointers last year, didn't she? Mm-hmm.
That is correct.
She's still a Las Vegas Ace? I think so. Okay. Yeah,
I
don't see what they did.
But that's why I said I think that there's something to signing all of these this young talent.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there could potentially be, and I need to look and see. Is there somebody out there that is on a team? You know what I really think?
Mm.
I really think that they were trying to get Ngumake, but she jumped over to Seattle.
Nneka Ogwumike can't help you with Asia.
Nobody can help it with Asia.
And Nneka, and I love Nneka. I love Nneka. Nneka's is on the West Coast, huh?
Yes.
Sparks and the Aces play all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, she ain't did nothing with Chelsea either. Like I said, back to back, looking for 3 times in a row. So again, I understand stacking up the talent, but to go get who? Go get what?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Because when I look out there,
this is my where's my X-Files music? This is my theory.
Because when I look out there, and so to me, it's like, what do they call it? A gap year. It's like a gap year for everybody else in the league. To me,
I would have loved to have seen, because I'm a big fan of Bonner, and I said this before. I know Bonner's kind of married to the Connecticut Sun. I would have loved to have seen somebody like her talent, or a healthy Deladon added to the New York Liberty. Now we're having an interesting conversation.
No, we're not.
That's my thoughts.
No, we're not. Well, we have interesting conversation about what?
Interesting conversation that adds more firepower, adds more points.
Because what I didn't say was that Candace Parker. I didn't say nothing about Candace Parker. This somebody that won a championship on 2 different teams.
It was Chicago, right? Chicago and now Los Angeles.
She won one in LA, and then she went to the crib and won one. Went to the crib because Candace is from Chicago.
So she got 3. She was on the Las Vegas roster, right?
Yeah, but I don't.
I'm just counting, making sure.
Yeah. I don't count that one because people will say she didn't play in the championship, but she was very instrumental. If you saw her working on that, helping them get there, but also the work that she did on the bench and being able to coach them and talk to them and being able to share her experience. So I just don't know, because Stokes is back. Asia ain't went nowhere. Chelsea is there. Plum Dog Millionaire Kelsey is there. Jackie Young is still there.
What you just called her?
Plum Dog Millionaire. That's what Diana Taurasi called her. That's what they called her when she came up. I don't know if it was Diana Taurasi or Sue Bird.
I love to talk sports with Sash. You all don't realize
that. I didn't make that up. I got that off.
I know you didn't, but it's still hilarious.
But I thought it fitted really good. They said, "Hey, what's up, Plum Dog Millionaire?" And she said, "What's happening?" So I went with it. But I just don't see. First of all, they let Las Vegas get stacked up, but I just don't. I don't see that anybody made enough moves to really do anything right now. Mm-hmm. But like you said, maybe people have stacked players up. Injuries happen. I'm hoping that there are no injuries in the WNBA this season. Let's just have a healthy season. Everybody stay healthy and play. But there are going to be some trades. There are going to be some people that aren't happy. There are going to be some people that move around. But for me right now, even with everything that everybody did in free agency, I still think, what did Larry Bird say when he came in there for the 3-point contest?
When he kept his warm up on?
When he came into the locker room, what he said he told him? So y'all going for number 2? Like, I'm finna win this thing. So everybody else is in here shooting for number 2 to be second place.
Look, I know I gotta go, but I just watched a video this morning and it popped up on my timeline about Larry Bird. He said Larry Bird. it started by saying Larry Bird had no, he was not in the whole black versus white, because fun fact, they said he learned how to play in French Lick. He would play full court with the waiters and stuff like that, and people that worked in his area. He said, I couldn't wait to get out of school to go play. He said, that's how I learned how to play, all black players. So I'm gonna speed this story up. Flash forward to the NBA, they interview like superstars, and they're all saying, I couldn't believe he said that. So they said, what did he say? They said Larry Bird didn't talk a lot under his breath. He would say, y'all disrespecting me. And then Isaiah Thomas was like, what you mean? And he said, don't ever put a white player on me again.
Yeah. You see them talk about it on the yeah. Don't. What are y'all doing?
He said, don't put a white player on me.
What are y'all doing?
And then he said, y'all don't have any brothers?
But Larry also had a lot of trash talk. But people thought it was trash talk, but Larry said most of the time he was just joking around, everybody's so serious. He's trying to break the mood up.
They said Larry would say stuff like this. He said Oakley said he told him, after this timeout, I'm gonna get the ball, I'm gonna fake right here, and I'm gonna shoot right here in your face and win this game.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, he calling the game for sure. So a lot more movement coming up in the free agency. I know, Coach, you got to get out of here.
Yes.
It's now joining the conversation. Y'all, it's your favorite auntie with Uncle Tendencies. I'm going to get out of here. If it's your first time here, y'all hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Check us out for that VIP. Check in next Thursday. We are live on Monday nights, now joining the conversation at 9. Dropping shows every Thursday, y'all. Appreciate the support. Only up from here. Keep rocking with us, fam.
Subscribe.
Till next time.
Subscribe. We got a lot going on. You're going to see Coach Ro and Cess, even on different platforms, merge into our main platform. Follow us.
That's what's up.
So, let's go.
Until next time, stay tuned, y'all. Talk soon. I'm out.